Hey there, tankers. Seattle Forge here, and Essex rides again. We're in a Tier 9 match. My platoon of Golf 2-3 and Zehador and myself are running around in Tier 9 medium tanks, and we are on Live Oaks. And from this end, you kind of got to go here and defend this part, but it seems to me like unless you can win it and push it, it's kind of a death trap because it's actually hard to get out of, which is sort of foreshadowing. But here we are. I'm rolling in my AMX 30, and Zehador's in his Leopard prototype, and Wolf Dude is in his Object 430, the dastardly Tier 9 Soviet medium tank with the big gun. And I'm spotted up here, and our Progetto properly went for it and is getting met by their T-49 who's got it from left, and I get hit from my artillery, and then of course the Object 140, and my buddies are going to go down south to the point and try and work that angle over there. And we also have with us a Skoda, and now we have a dead Progetto, and we had an EBR-90 who's running away, and I got this 430U who's coming up on my right hand side I've got to watch out for, and it just seems like there's a Death Star who's trying to leave. And it just seems like the numbers are quite overwhelming, and I'm not quite sure how we'd be able to hold this out. And I'm already thinking, I've made a huge mistake. I've wasted my life. Udez, we haven't spotted him before. I get plunked in the side by the 430U. And I decide I'm going to run away. Yeah, I'm leaving. Oh, I'm leaving, hoping for one more shot, or if I need to put my gun on that 430U, I can. You know, I'm leaving my platoon mates. I'm running away. And it's a French tank. Should be good at running away. How good is it running away? Let's find out. Whew. All right, 4-3, and they've mopped up all the resistance from our team. Now, this is a guerrilla that ran in front of Walt when he was trying to get out of the cap circle, and now he's running in front of me on my way from running away. So I'm kind of annoyed. So I didn't really want to run away. I'm not usually very good at it, to be honest. It doesn't usually work out for me, and I don't try it that often. So I figured maybe I could spot here, and I do, give artillery a little taste, 155. But the good news is our team has mopped up the city. So this is kind of the yin-yang of this map anyway. Often you don't always want to push all the way through. Just as Muravanka, you want to win the hill, but you don't necessarily want to go down the hill. And I'm thinking, okay, I got a guerrilla behind me and French artillery, and they should be able to take 64 hit points off an Object 140. But I was wrong, and I'm worried about firing my gun here and giving away my position, and his buddies in the other medium tanks just finishing me. But they don't make the shots, and he's going to shoot me anyway, so I take my chances, and I'm spotted. And I'm not punished. And we're winning 5-4. And their E50 did shoot our artillery, so he was somewhere out there. So I'm not feeling altogether confident. All right, our Tortoise, we have two Tortoise, and they've spent much of this game not in great positions, but it looks like our boys are pounding towards their cap, but they're crossing an open field. And their team does appear to have pulled back into their base. So that's a lot of guns for them to run into. So I decide to go back down south again, see what I see. But I'm really worried about stragglers, someone being behind, someone taking advantage, someone scouting to see if anybody's coming this way. And there's that E50. There's the E50, but he knows he's spotted, and he's hightailing it out of there, and I take a chancy low percentage shot and miss, but I was spotted in the process of doing so. And they've got that Object 430U, so I'm actually afraid to cross under this bridge and get in the water in case he has a shot on me. And put on your big boy pants. It's time to help the team. Okay, so the guerrilla is kind of following up behind me, and the two Tortoises, they're not very fast, but they really don't seem convinced this is such a good idea afterwards. And I wonder if they're positioning themselves for a retreat. In case we get wiped out, they have to protect our base again. why would they go all that way and then have to go back again? So we are keeping up on this one. There's the E50, and I take a shot at his lower plate. Don't know where it hit, but it didn't go through his belly, that's for sure. So it probably drifted high. I would think it would penetrate his belly. All right. So with them all pressed into this space, it looks like they're all in the ditch. Well, maybe I can do something about that. Maybe I can help them. So it is 7-7. They've been catching up. And their 430U, who appears to be a pretty good player, is on 3 kills, and their Death Scar is tagged 2. So let's put 1 in the 430U. And let's work on keeping them spotted. And this game has been a non-event for me up until this point. But I'm really starting to pull down the assistance damage. And let's take out the artillery and not get shot by the E50 and the 430U. Cool, the 430U is taken out, and then the E50 is taken out. So in short order, I've managed to pile up a bunch of assistance. All right, let's see if we can catch this Udez as he crosses the railroad tracks. No. There wasn't a shot there. And then I think he's going to come down and finish me. And I think my DPM is better than his, but I think he does hit harder. Lots of things can happen. But he's behind the railroad track, so my team is not going to have a shot at him. Perhaps the Grille, but the Grille went on the north side of the railroad track, so there's no help here. So we each trade. And the French tank has a nice 105. And I missed the ram, but at least now I'm shooting down on that sloped front instead of straight at it, so less chance of it bouncing. It doesn't have very thick armor, it's very well angled, and we're able to put him away. Okay, let's see what I can spot up from over here on this side of the railroad tracks. Alright, he's pointed not at me, that's very important. And we put the WZ away. Alright, and the Waffenträger's got his guns pointed north, and the Death Star's got his gun pointed north, so we can, start to take some work here, get some spots, and see what we can do about finishing these boys off. And the Death Star is killed by our Foch B, obviously blind shooting. But the Death Star wasn't moving around a whole lot, so that was some smart shooting by the Foch B. But it looks like this one's put away. I want to tell you a little bit about what's going on with me, which is that I'm losing my mind. I have got to get things under control. I have been losing my temper, and I have been not a lot of fun. And I have not been present, and I have not seen anybody in weeks and weeks. We've been in lockdown in Seattle for over 6 weeks now. And it's starting to show. The cracks are starting to show. And there's some sirens behind me. Excellent. Anyway, thanks for watching this replay. I hope you are well. Take care of yourself, and in the comments, let me know what you're doing with yourself. Take care. Well, then I go and mope at the end of the battle, and then I have to go back into the post-game stats, so there might be a bit more moping. Anyway, this is my first class in the AMX 30. I unlocked this tank and upgraded it and everything a million years ago, and I think I have 10 games in it. It just doesn't do anything particularly well. It doesn't have the, it's like the patent, but, the DPM's okay. It's a bit derpy, but then it doesn't have the turret armor. It's not super fast like some of the others. It doesn't have a trick mechanism like the Udas that gives you massive amounts of gun depression. It certainly can't take a punch or give a punch like some of the Soviet mediums can. So it's meh. So it's not really going to get a lot of play, and I certainly can't be bothered to go up and get the tier 10, the AMX 30V. But in this particular case, in this game, I did get a patrol duty and a first class and a fighter and some other stuff, and then 3,153 assistance damage and 2,575 damage, and I hit most of my shots, so that's pretty good, right? And up top on experience, not nearly top on damage. Lots of people ahead of me on that particular one, but tier 10 game, and I'm a tier 9 tank, so I don't think I did too badly. And I think the only thing I did particularly well in this was 2 things. I ran away just in time, so I didn't get flattened, and then flexed back in to be able to help out the team. At the end of the day, I made a good chunk of my shots, so it certainly helps. I didn't load a ton of premium ammo, so I actually did get profit. And I certainly did use the wheels on this thing to get around. Anyway, it was kind of interesting to get a first class in this one. Didn't really have a high expectations. Haven't really liked the tank a whole lot to begin with. Felt bad about leaving my platoon mates behind. Don't leave anybody behind. But getting out of there certainly did end up helping my team. So do that. Be flexible. Move around a bit. Anyway, I hope you're well. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon.